Whoa, we are back for some Bleach Soul Resonance, and I am here after a day or two of, letting my guide on how to just get the rewards from this event simmer, and we're back for revenge. We're back for revenge. I did a community post saying, hey, after that video, I got to about top 78, which, it was only a day or so after, so, not incredible or anything. It's not like being 3 weeks into the event and your top one, right? Usually the whales have yet to get on and crush the game, so it was whatever. But today, I hope to climb the ranks a little bit here. I've done some studying on the event. I've done some thinking about my teams, and I'm going to go with this one. I think so. I think I'm going to go with this one. Nell as our main source of damage just seems right. Nnoitra to buff her crit damage is way too good, and the Rangiku is going to be both a thrust support, a general ailment applier, and just be a quick swap out a lot of times. Not a very greedy character. That's a great thing about Rangiku. She is not a very intensive greedy character. So this is the team I'm going with. We're going to try to get a high score as best as we can, completely free to play. And yeah, if you want to mimic it, give it a go. I can show you. We don't have like crazy gear or anything that we're dealing with here. We can see right here, 25s across the board, stamp, awakened, and here are the general stats right here. Mostly ultimate charge, not even that much attack, and so on and so forth. 113% ailment. And when we go to Nnoitra, my Nnoitra is pretty beef, but he is not awakening 2. He's awakening 1, so he's not getting that extra damage. However, like I said, I actually need to build him up. I need to actually spend these eventually. I've been very lazy about getting Nnoitra his skills, mostly because he just does everything he needs, but 175% on his crit damage, 153% on his ultimate charge, and an awaken stamp, awaken 3 stamp. Hey, don't blame me, it just keeps dropping. But Kisuke Nnoitra is a character that I think is pretty beef, pretty juiced on my team. I like my Nnoitra a lot, especially for like a free to play. So that's the team. Let's get into the fight and hope we can bust a record. And we're in it. And the fight went really well, I would say so. So a few things we're going to focus on. Look at the swapping. This is something I've implemented more and more after reviewing, revising, doing the fight a few times. I'm swapping more than I'm actually attacking him in a lot of ways. Like, but look at that score. It's up to like, almost at a B already. Going through our rotations here, but just keeping the swaps up, dodging, swaps up. We're in B now, and we swap over for an ult. Like, it might not seem like a lot, but we are just trying to keep the score as high as possible early on, and it is going reasonably well. We pop an ult here, and this is where we can start dancing. Right, we got our buffs up, 487,000 there, and we're gonna start dancing. We got Nnoitra ult going, and boom, swap out, maximizing swaps, like I said. And oh, I tried to get in on that. Do I get it? Oh, I miss. That would have been huge. I think that missing that may have cost me like a way higher placement. I'm not gonna lie, like that was brutal because he'd be broken right now. He'd literally be broken right now, I think, if I had hit that first parry. So, very sad one. But remember, again, swapping, trying my best to just never really stay on a character for more than, I would say, 3 seconds, maybe less than that, 2 seconds even. And you can see we're now already first break in S. So the first time I did this, piece of content, I was struggling to sort of break out of S, and I was spending a lot of time in A. This time, we literally don't spend any time in A. We go straight to S, and then we go straight to SS. So now it is time to pump. On average before, I would say that I would be at least 2.5 minutes into the recording, and now with this aggressive swapping technique, with this aggressive swapping technique, we are blasting through damage like we never had before. Again, we're trying to keep the swaps up even still, but we're obviously a lot less worried about maximizing our swaps. So now we're just trying to get the damage in, right? Now we're trying to get damage in. Now we're trying to get our ults out when we get them. We're not really worrying about like upkeep and 6.1 million for that one here. We're waiting. We decided to go into Rangiku just because Kisuke was taking a while to come back, and boom, we swap and hit a bunch of extras. I thought he'd maybe go for the counter there, but all's well that ends well, I guess, there. And we're gonna get the counter here though. Yes, sir. And he is about to get decimated. So, 11 million from that one. And that is like the power of like holding certain pieces of damage in this fight until you actually have the break. The break is monstrous in this fight. I would say so. I would say the break is monstrous in this fight. He is down to a minute and some change left. And as you can see, our score is towering above anything we'd gotten even close to prior. So it is, I mean, what more can you say, right? I mean, the Rangiku support, the blitzing down, staying and maintaining SS, maintaining the top end of SS as well. So not even really a chance of losing the buffs, getting dodges where we can, and just, yep, bang, right there. Perfect. Those counters are colossal. Those counters are colossal. You cannot play this fight without getting used to hitting every counter that you see. Genuinely, I just don't think you'll get there in time. I mean, you just do 12 million. You just do so much. And by the way, this is a mistake. I should have gone straight into ult here, but I'm not used to playing with Nellel's Awakening. We have a little lag there. Something about the encoder is like so wacky lately. I've gotta fix that, but yeah, something's going on there. Yeah, it's man. Nellel is so strong. I'm not used to playing with her B1, I believe, which is what gives her that bonus battle will. The terms are all over the place, but I think it's called battle will when she goes into her ultimate. So I should have definitely just ulted straight up when I got that break on him, but I did decide to wait because, again, I'm used to playing on B0. But yeah, blasting. Still 30 seconds to go here, and we are, I mean, I knew that I had a really good run the moment I saw that I still had 30 seconds here. I was like, this feels special. This feels like a run that I have not gotten even close to parity in. So, and even still, I'm like, man, I definitely could have had more. I 100% could have had more. So, we'll probably be back in this event just to try to even upscale this run and see what we can do. But I'm focusing on her here, trying to make sure I get the most damage possible out of that final flurry. We get everything squeezed out, try to go back into the Nell, just get a little bit more if we can. And as the fight comes to a close here, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and then finally 1 second. We'll see you in the aftermath to check out some damage scores. And there you have it, implementing a bit more switching early on. What I was really trying to do is maximize the amount of time spent in SS and maximize the actual gain of the early rank. And I felt like sacrificing some, sacrificing some time actually like hitting him so that we could continue to just get right, like swap really felt better and helped us push past our previous ranking. We're about, I think this is 30 million more than my previous ranking. I could be misremembering, but we'll go ahead and check out the leaderboards. I think I was top 91 prior, and we're now a little bit of time, you know, after people have started playing. So I assume we'll still be pretty, we said top 38 is genuinely not bad. Like that's not bad at all. Considering we're now like a day after, you know, a day and some change after, I'm doing this later into the night. I went from being 98 or something, like almost out of top 10, having about 60 million score, to being in the top 38. That was, and we'll go back to it, that was using Nellel, Rangiku, and Yudahara, with Nellel just being the primary damage dealer, typically using Yudahara as our swap, and mostly just supporting her. But yeah, a relatively free-to-play team, all things considered, and a very strong showing by the girl. I mean, you can see someone above us, you know, named Leo, free to play, so I imagine they're the same. 74% in SS. We'll check ours. 71% in SS. So even still, if I'm just comparing to someone else, I mean, who has free to play in their name, so maybe, you know, I don't know them, but, you know, supposedly if they are free to play, then we could see that they had a little more, they eked out a little more time in SS, which is our major difference. So 1% of time spent in S, which meant we definitely blitzed past it and got into SS pretty quickly. But yeah, that 3% spent not in SS did matter in the end. And I know it really is a game of like inches at this point, because I mean, if you look here, 79% in SS, right? 75% in SS, so I'm 4% less. 65% time in SS by this person, though. I imagine they're a whale, so their characters literally just hit harder, right? I mean, that's just how that's going to be. 71% in SS, but again, probably a whale, so their characters simply hit harder. I'll continue to push this event a little bit because I do enjoy the overall funnel of the game. I really, really like that this is the first time we've gotten content that does value movement, values the systems. You do need to know what Nnoitra is doing. Like, you need to be able to see him charge up certain attacks. That way you can respond with counter or a dodge or, you know, etc., etc. Because losing this 75, while I thought it was like pretty whatever at the start, it's extremely important, just flat out. Like, it's extremely important, and you really can't afford to take this on the chin. So yeah, you need to be perfect dodging, you need to be dodging in general, you need to be switching constantly, and countering as well is just way too strong. I mean, for instance, 75 from countering versus the 75 you lose from getting hit, I mean, it is massive. It is a massive difference getting into that SS. But yeah, I really like this event. Is this the best event so far? To think they've already sort of expanded the journey they've taken with the game so far, it doesn't surprise me that this is the like sole content like fight that's happened in this drop. It makes me really excited for the future. I think they did a really good job. I'm genuinely not just glazing. Like, I still got to do these now that we've got NLL and stuff out. I was kind of waiting, but I'm really not glazing when I say that combined with the trials, combined with getting new towers, combined with this Despair and Wrath event, they did a great job. I can't wait for Yami Largo to come out next week and for us to get the actual full NLL drop. Yeah, wow. A very, very, very good showing from Bleach Soul Resonance once again. Continuing to best our you know, expectations. You can see that I'm usually like hanging out in this area now. You might be wondering why I am. I finally went through the hassle of getting all of the treasure hunt done. So 1.3k Jade free to play collected from doing all of these hunt areas. Make sure you do that if you're someone who's slacking on Jade and maybe you're sort of wondering like where you could go get some. Yeah, make sure you're locking in and grabbing those, because, you know, I was at about 10,000 when I stopped, I believe, pulling. So, you know, up to already 13k and only, let's see, 2 days, like barely 3 days worth of banner here, and we've already made about 3,000 Jade. So if you're wondering, like, hey, how much did I have? How much have we made so far? It's about 3k for me. But if you've already, you know, gotten those resources, then obviously it'll be different. But yeah, that's my run. Let's just put it back on the screen. Top 38, maybe top 39. No, top 38 is where we're leaving off for now. Really impressed by that run. Felt really good. Felt really good to play. Yeah. Like if you liked the video, subscribe to the club. We all go make it, and peace.